go. Just check the tech a minute. Make sure we are actually live in the right place. No, not yet. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. We are live in the right place. Oh, let's turn the sound off. Don't want that going on all night. There we go, that's better. That's better. Okay. Welcome if you're joining me online. Audrey, hi, welcome. And welcome if you're joining me on the replay as well. I know there are a few people who couldn't watch live tonight, so they are joining on the replay. Evelyn and I are here to craft with you. And yeah, how is everybody? Isn't it nice now that the warmer weather's started? So much nicer. And nice that we sit right by the garden windows in the house, and it's lovely and light as well, which is fantastic. So yeah, that's great. Okay, we'll just hang on a few more minutes, see if anybody else joins us before we get started. How are you doing, Audrey? Any news from your end? Hoping Sally might join us tonight as well, so that we can wish her a speedy recovery. She had an operation this week, so hoping she might join us. So that'd be good. And anybody else? Quite a lot of people had no news at the moment. Okay. Quite a lot of people had kits this month, so I'm hoping that lots of people will join us. Okay. Evelyn, do you want to text Grandma and see if she's joining us tonight? She's normally on here by now. She's probably just turning on, I expect. Anyway, okay, well, let's get started with a few bits of news and things. And then if you join us late, then hopefully you'll be getting us on the replay instead. Ah, I can see a few more people joining. Wonderful, wonderful. That's great. Okay, so hopefully, welcome anyone who's joining. Do say hi in the chat so I know you're there. Yeah, so hopefully you've either got a copy of the new catalogue, I'm trying to find mine, which looks like this. New annual catalogue. So this is the only catalogue that we've got out at the moment. No mini catalogue at the moment. That will come in a couple of months' time. But so just this huge, big, beefy one at the moment. Loads and loads and loads of lovely brand new products in here. So yeah, do take time to kind of have a flick through, have a cup of tea, get some ideas, and see what you fancy. If you haven't got a new catalogue and you don't like looking online, you'd rather have one like that in paper so that you can feel it and touch it and look at it in detail, then just let me know, because I can do another order for some more catalogue packs. So if you want a catalogue, then do let me know. Oh, here's Grandma, Evelyn. Did your text must have worked? Oh, I can see loads of people popping up now. Hi, Mum. So yeah, if you're just joining, do say hi in the chat so we know you're here. That'd be lovely. So yeah, that's new catalogues. If you want a new catalogue and you don't have one, then let me know. I'd love to hear what you think of it as well and what your favourite products are. And then I can make sure that I incorporate some of those things into the workshop. So yeah, do let me know. Hopefully you will have seen on the Facebook page over the last couple of weeks. So hi Dee, hi. That I've been having a buy one get one free sale. So my buy one get one free sale is you buy something from my sale posts, which I've got I think it's 4 videos now in there with sale sets in. So this is all my retired stock basically from the old catalogues, and everything is individually priced on there. You buy something from there and you get to spend the equivalent amount in the catalogue. So if you want anything from the sale, from those past videos, then do private message me and let me know, text me, email me, whatever. Let me know what you'd like. Quite a lot of it is selling and has sold, so I wouldn't want you to miss out if you've got a favourite set that you were hoping to get in the sale. and obviously let me know what you'd like equivalent value from the catalogue as well, from the new catalogue. The sale will end on Wednesday because that is the end of May. Quite a few things are ending on Wednesday. Hi Louise. So it'll end on Wednesday, and then everything that's left over then will gradually over the next few months go on to the Facebook Retired Stampin' Up products site. So that's a general Stampin' Up retired products site that's run by some demonstrators. So everything will go on there. I've started putting a few things on there already. So yeah, if you don't get it first time around, you can always go and look on that Facebook site. But so that will be moving over there from Wednesday. The other thing for the end of the month as well is, as you know from last month, and I was telling everybody that I've been doing a new sweet share idea, this catalogue. Lots of new colours, and everybody wants the new colours. I mean, they're amazing, they're lovely, and but we all know that money's tight at the moment, so. And to get the best out of all Stampin' Up products, you want some of the coordinating products as well, don't you? You want the pattern paper, the ribbon, the bling, the cardstock and everything. So my sweet share is my way of helping you to be able to get what you want out of the catalogue. So I'm going to be working through a suite at a time, and what I'm intending to do is 1 month we craft with it, and then the next month that suite that we've crafted with will be the sweet share for that month. So last month we did some stuff with the balloons, and at the beginning of this month we did some things with the balloon suite, which is the Bright and Beautiful suite, which is at the very front of the catalogue, and the sweet share that I've got for Bright and Beautiful finishes on Wednesday. So if you're on my mailing list, have a look back through the emails, you'll see all the contents of the sweet share there. Lots of people already chosen new ink pads and new colours and joined in that sweet share. It goes month by month, so there's no membership fee, there's no ongoing commitment or anything. You just buy the ones that you want, just like as if you were ordering out of the catalogue, okay? So the suite that we're going to be using tonight is called Countryside Inn. Absolutely stunning. It's the blue suite in the catalogue. So let me find the pages for you. So next month, June's sweet share will be the Bright and Beautiful suite, and I will tell you what you're going to get in a moment once I found it. It's an absolutely stunning suite. I couldn't last too long without getting it. So it's this one. That's what we're going to be using tonight. It's quite an unusual suite. It's the stamp set and the dies. I'll tell you a bit more about in a moment. It's a bit different to our normal suites. Anyway, it's on page 62 and 63 of the catalogue, and we're going to be making 4 cards tonight, and then I'll show you a couple more extra ones as well that if you get the sweet share, then you'll get a set of instructions on how to make the extras, and some other ones as well actually. So that is sweet shares. So the Bright and Beautiful Balloons one ends on Wednesday. The new one will be Countryside Inn and will start on Thursday, and you have a whole month to order it, and then at the end of the month I will order your products and split it all up and send it out to you. And that's probably all I need to tell you for now, so that's cool. Mum's saying she couldn't get the sound to work, but now it's got it. Good. Okay, brilliant. As long as you're okay, then that's fine. Right, so I want to show you first the suite, the stamp set and the dies, and because like I say, they are a bit different. So I'm just going to turn the camera around, and we'll go down onto to my hands and on the table, and I'll also show you the 4 cards that we're going to make in your kit tonight, and then I'll show you the stamp set and dies because it is a little bit different. Okay, let me just turn some lights on here a minute so that when I bring you down onto the table you can actually see what I've got going on there. Hold on, make sure I've got all the lights on. There we go. Right, okay, going to be able to say hello to Evelyn on the way by as well. Oh, there we go. Can you see her? She's on the other side of the camera stand. She's kind of waving. Kind of, there we go. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, that's good. Everything's pretty much in shot. Let's just get those wires out the way a minute. There we go. So these are the 4 cards that we're going to be making tonight, and I will, as always, talk you through step by step how to make all 4 of them. So I hope you like them, they're lovely. And I'm going to move them to one side a moment because I really want to show you the stamp set and the dies. So the stamp set is this one that you will see in the catalogue, but it's one single stamp, which is a bit unusual and slightly confusing when you first kind of look at it. But it is one single enormous stamp. And hopefully you can see on the pattern there, you've got lots of different borders of pattern. So you've got dots and you've got lines, you've got flowers, you've got little love heart kind of leaf things. Really cute, actually. So one whole stamp, that's all the different patterns that you get with the stamp. So you stamp it all as one. Hi, Helen. And then you decide what it is you're going to cut out. Okay, if you're using the stamp set, of course, you don't have to use the stamp set. You could go with the dies on their own. So I'll now show you the dies because I don't think it's entirely clear in the catalogue. So I just wanted to show you how it worked. So you've got all of these dies are all individual dies. So whereas the stamp set is all in one piece, the dies cut everything out individually. So I will show you what I mean. So if you stamped that whole as a whole, you can then cut out all the way out to this outer border using the largest die. But you can also go all the way down to cutting out the smallest border using that smallest die. So you could cut that out individually and that's what you would get, or any of the borders in between. Because if you line up 2 of the, let me show you on this one, it'd be easiest probably. Hang on, let's get rid of some a minute. If you line up 2 of the dies next to each other, then you can just cut out just one border. So if I line up those 2, let's get that so that it's under the camera. Hopefully you'll be able to see, you'll just be cutting out those 3 lines of dashes. So you'll then just get a ring that is just those 3 lines of dashes. Or, as you will see from what you've got in your kit, and what I'm going to show you tonight on the video if you haven't got the kit, you also can cut out either plain or patterned paper shapes using these dies as well. So I have to say that this is not what I expected at all from this suite, and it is already absolutely my #1 recommendation from this catalogue. It is absolutely my favourite suite in the catalogue, and it's so simple. It's a stamp set and some dies, and there is also, as you'll probably see from your kit, a 3D embossing folder as well that goes with it. Absolutely beautiful, and yeah, for me it's a must-have. Hi Jodie, Amber's on her way back from work and she'll be on in a bit. Brilliant. Okay, that's lovely. So she'll be joining us too. Yeah, so if you're stuck for where to start in the new catalogue, I would absolutely recommend this because we're going to be using this probably for the next 2 or 3 months, but in different guises so that I can show you just how versatile this suite actually is. Because I would look at something like that normally and think, oh, that's a background stamp. I'm not interested in that really that much. But honestly, I can't tell you how fabulous this set is. It's my favourite by a million miles. So anyway, enough of me going on. Let's look at the cards, shall we? So this is the first one that we're going to make. In fact, let me get these others out of the way. This is the first one we're going to make. So you will have in your kit a white card, a white card base, and one side of your card base will already have been embossed using that beautiful embossing folder. And then you will have a stack of 3 die cut pieces of patterned paper, which is using, let's have a look, one of these medium dies from the die set. So it's using that one, there we go. Can you see? And And so they're plain edges, these dies as well, by the way. It also means you can cut multiples as well. So you can cut multiples of card and paper using these dies as well, which is also brilliant. So these are 3 of the beautiful patterns of paper from the Countryside In Suite. Really, really lovely. And then you've got a variety of different size labels as well. So I've used the stamp set on my label, but you can layer it up plain, or you can add a pattern to it should you want to. This stamp set, I think, works brilliantly for heat embossing. Because it's a simple image, so heat embossing works really, really well when you've got a nice simple image to emboss, and the borders are so crisp and clear that makes them really easy. Okay, so let's get the contents of our packs out, and I'm going to make with you tonight for a change as well. So you will need, let's see, so you should have a piece of patterned paper, a piece of white cardstock where one of the sides of your cardstock is embossed. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me just hold it up and see if you can see the pattern. There you go, you can see the pattern. So you've got one side that is embossed. So you're going to fold that over and line it up and just crease that, because that's going to be your card base. And I'll get my, there we go. Let's have my bone folder a minute to just crease that over. There we go. And then you need to find your 3 pieces of patterned paper that have been cut out. So I might have to tip all the contents out of my envelope at this point to find that. Oh, there we go. Is that them? Yeah, there we go. So you should have one that's got some little foxes on, one that's got little bunnies, and one that has little little white and blue-winged birds. And then also, now I'm saying that you've got a patterned piece, you might not have that extra piece actually. Let's find the white bits. Hang on. Lots of bits in here. Oh no, here we go. In here somewhere. You should have a, there it is, a label sized piece of white card. Now I don't have any a blue surround with mine, so it's quite likely that you don't have a blue surround with yours either, for which I apologise. But you can mount it up on any coloured card that you want to, if you want to mount it up. Oh, let's get those bits out of the way, don't need those. It was a bit, I almost lost count with the number of little bits and pieces that I die cut for this particular suite this month. So Evelyn, have you got a blue surround or no? Okay, so we're just going to go with the white piece in the middle. This one's designed to be a kind of quick starter card for us. So you've folded and creased your white embossed front, and then if you lie the pieces of patterned paper across, I've just put mine kind of quite higgledy-piggledy, if you like. So 2 going in one direction off to the top left corner, and 1 going in the opposite direction to the top right corner. So just work out where you want them to be before you glue them down, to make sure that you've kind of got even coverage over the front of that card. And then you'll need to stamp a sentiment also on your card front as well. So I'm going to leave them where they are as I stick them down, so that I don't lose the place and then don't get them well lined up, because I do want them to be nice and even across the card front. So I'm going to kind of leave them where I want them to be and stick them down one at a time. I've got glue on my fingers today as well. I've been designing for June's Card Club all day today pretty much. And also been prepping Coffee Club as well, and so I've got just absolutely loads of glue all over my fingers and everywhere today. It's been a bit crazy. Right, okay, so just want to line them up there. So who's crafting along tonight and who's leaving it for another day? So, are you looking for the sentiment stamp set? Yeah, hold on a minute. We've got a basket of bits and pieces here with the stamps and things in. So on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to show you the stamp set that I'm using actually for my sentiment because it's a bit unusual. I am using this because I haven't decided basically yet which of the happy birthdays and the congratulations and things that I really, really like out of the new catalogue. So what I've decided to do instead is I am using a stamp set with the sentiments from one of the kits that I got last year. So this one is from the Sentimental Rose kit, and it's got thank you for you, happy Mother's Day, best wishes, thinking of you, happy birthday and congratulations in the kit. So really great kind of basic starter sentiments that came with the kit. And obviously it's a photopolymer stamp set, so I absolutely wasn't going to get rid of it once I'd finished making the kit. So that's what I'm using for my sentiments at the moment until I decide which of the kind of happy birthday and things I really want to have going forward. So this one I'm going to do a congratulations. There you are, Evelyn, you can choose. Can I have a block? Where's the blocks? What have we done with our clear blocks? They're around here somewhere as well. I'm even using the clear block from the kit as well. Mum's crafting, brilliant. Anybody else joining her? And I'm going to use one of the new colours as well because this suite comes with some new colours for us as well. So one of them is Boho Blue, which is really lovely. It's a really, really pretty blue. Nice pale, pretty blue. So I'm going to use that one for my congratulations. There we go. Can I give you that one to clean for me, please? Thank you so much. It's good when you've got an assistant on the other side of the camera and they can tidy up for you. And then I'm going to actually put my congratulations on a 3D pad so it stands up a little bit from the those pretty pattern papers. So I'm just going to use a couple of dimensionals, Stampin' dimensionals, to lift that one up. And just stick it right in the middle. Make sure I don't get it over any unsuspecting creatures' faces. And then if you've got, as always with my cards, if you've got any bling that you want to enhance it with, then feel free. You can add whatever you'd like. Audrey's crafting. Oh, hi Amber, she's joined us, brilliant. The A34 was stopped from Hinksey Hill all the way to Botley. Oh my goodness, but I got warned on the travel use, so she went Boars Hill. Oh, that's good, that's a relief then. Yeah, so there is, as you would expect, some new bling out with this catalogue as well. So we've got these, very pretty, and I will be using some of these later on. These are the in-colour dots. So these are the new dots. So the Boho Blue is one of the new in colours. I wonder if you can see if I held it on the back. There we go. These are like glossy dots. Do you remember last year when we had those the beautiful flower suite that everybody absolutely loved? And we had those lovely glossy dots that came with the suite. Well, this is the same dots, only in the new in colours. So the blue is the Boho Blue. It's really pretty. So that's one pack of new bling. And then the other one that we're going to be using probably a bit more next month are these. And these are called adhesive backed solid gems. But they are also in the Boho Blue, and they coordinate really well with the Daisy suite, which we're going to look at next month. So they're quite pretty as well. They're kind of like, I don't know what you'd call them really. They've kind of like they're almost like little diamonds because they have a kind of squared pattern over the top of each dot. hard to describe, but anyway, you'll get it when you'll get some in the pattern, your kit, I expect next month, so then you'll be able to see. So there's all the choice of the bling, of new bling that we've got this for this catalogue as well. But as always, whatever bling you've got in your stash, grab some bling and add a couple of pieces if you want it to be a bit more sparkly. And that is card number 1 done. So that's, as usual, we start with a nice quick easy one. So that's our first card for tonight. Okay, so now I think we've got pretty much, have we got everybody? Well, we've got a few more people to come actually, because I know Marion's coming later and a few others. But I think we'll have a raffle prize while I think about it, because I can show you. So let's just put those 2 to the one side a minute, and I'll show you what the raffle prizes are for tonight. So, as always, we've got 3 raffle prizes. So I have got a pack of 12 by 12 papers, which is one of the Day at the Farm from last time's celebration, actually. So I've got a pack of 12 by 12 papers. I've got a Stampin' ink pad of colour Fresh Freesia, brand new in its wrapper, never used. And I've got one of, these are super cute, one of the new mini blending brushes. So we love the blending brushes, and we will be using them again probably next month actually. This new pack is slightly cheaper than the original sized ones and a little bit smaller ahead, but they're still beautifully soft, fantastic for doing like the edges of leaves and petals and smaller bits of blending brush. So really cute. So that's our 3 prizes. Let me just have a quick slurp of my tea a minute. So if you can scrabble around in your kit and find your raffle ticket, then we will have a raffle prize. It is ticket number 209. So if you are 209, tell me your name, and also, or tell me that you've won, and tell me what prize you would like as well. So 209 is our first raffle prize. 209, and it all goes quiet. We shall wait and see. Oh, Amber, it's you. Fabulous. Good, good, good. Right then, what would you like? I know it won't be the ink pad, so I know you don't like big ink pads. So we've got the Day at the Farm, or whatever I said it was called, the Farmyard papers, or we've got mini blending brush papers. Fabulous. Okay, I will put that to one side. Wonderful. Okay, that's the papers, right. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Ready for another card? Give me some thumbs up if you're ready to move on. And I will find another card for us to do. What did we say we were going to do next, Evelyn? This one, that's right. Yep, some hearts and thumbs up, wonderful. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to do next. And so this is where the little bit of prep that I put in the email, you need to have done that little bit of prep. Or if you haven't done that little bit of prep, you can always do it later, or you can you can half do the card and then do the rest later. Amber saying she was concentrating to send 209 vibes, but never believed it would work. Like, you're welcome. You're really welcome. Okay, so let's get the components out to start with, shall we? And we'll see what else we might need. So you need one of your Night of Navy card bases. You should have a piece here somewhere, she says. I'm really hoping you have. Have you got a piece of pattern paper, have you? Maybe.
No.
I'm not doing very well tonight, am I? Have I not cut it?
I've got
Cut it, or is it all mixed up together? Oh, you've got a piece of that. Okay. I fear I may have done you short of a piece of patterned paper. That is not a good start, is it? Okay, let's put that one to one side. Let's not do that one for the time being. Let's move on to the other one. Let's do this one, because I know we've got all the pieces for this one. Let's do this one. Okay, I may need to send you round with pattern paper for everybody. So let's do this one instead. So this one is, you will need your embossed piece of boho blue. I felt sure I cut out loads of bits of pattern paper for that other card. I'm sure I did. Maybe it's just me and you that haven't got one. Maybe everybody else has got a piece, but not us. And then you will also need one of your white frames. So, which is that kind of size. And you will also need, at the very bottom of your kit, there should be a little piece of boho blue ribbon as well. This is the new ribbon. It's really pretty weave, actually, quite a tight weave ribbon. This ribbon is available in all the in colours. So I thought you'd like the blue to go with your card. And you will need a sentiment to go in the middle, to stamp in the middle. And then I've stamped some flowers either side to just bring that label to life a bit more. So let's put that one to one side. So let's start with the card base as always. So we're going to fold and crease your card base. And no, Mum hasn't got any paper either. Well, I don't know what I did with all the pieces I cut then, because I definitely cut it. Honestly, I apologise. I will, if you can find some alternative to go underneath it, I will show you how to make it, and I will send everybody a piece in the post. Apologies. So you've got, with your embossed piece of boho blue card, you'll see that the pattern obviously is slightly different depending on which side you choose. There isn't a right or a wrong side. It's completely up to you which pattern, you know, which bit you want raised and which bit you prefer to be indented. So turn it over a few times and see which bit that you prefer. And then once you've made a decision about which way round you want it, then you need to stick it flat down to your card front. I'll probably look in the cupboard in a minute and I'll find that I've got a whole pile, I expect, of those background papers in the cupboard. I haven't done that for a long time, where you've had something missing from your kit. I do apologise, honestly. Oh, let's make the flowers up the right way. If you are, whichever way you're deciding to put your pattern, your embossed card down, make sure you've got your flowers up the right way. So by flowers, I mean, I don't know if you can see this, these little ones here, they're quite small, but they have got stalks and leaves on them. So just make sure that they're up the right way so that your card is opening with the flowers standing up, with the stalks pointing down and the flower heads upwards. So whichever side you have it, doesn't matter, but just make sure your flowers are up the right way, okay? Okay. And then once you've got your piece of embossed card stuck down, that's when you'll need to find some stamps of either some flowers or leaves or whatever you fancy, really. Just stamp, so I'm stamping the bottom right corner and the top left corner of this label die. So the stamp set that we've chosen to use is Bottled Happiness, which came out last year, and we did use it a little bit last year, but not too much. And I just really like it because these flower bouquets, I suppose they are were designed originally in the stamp set to sit in the top of the bottles, but actually they make lovely corner displays. So, and they're double two-tone stamping. So you stamp one with one colour and then the other with the second colour. And you might have seen that hand come in there, just stolen my stamp. So
I put the dark one.
You've got, so I've got the
lighter one.
So I'm going to go with this one for my leaves. So this is the other, it's actually an old colour that's returned. It's Misty Moonlight. So if you've been with me a long time, it was an in colour many moons ago. And it's come back. So just have to make sure you've got the stamp up the right way when you're doing a corner. I'm going to do over there. Yeah, this Misty Moonlight is quite dark actually, Evan. That's okay, because I quite like that actually.
Are you sure you didn't use bow?
Maybe I used boho blue. I don't know.
That one's the dark one.
Well, it's okay. I'm just going to swap them over. I'm just going to change it up. So, do you want this one?
Yeah, let me just wipe it.
Okay, and I'll have the flowers once you've done with them, please. Thank you. Okay. So with these two-step stamping, what you have to do is you have to work out where they line up. So there will be something in the bit that you've already stamped. So on this occasion, it's these little flower centres that line up with the right spot on the second stamp. And then you push them down on top. And it should just about line up. Doesn't actually matter too much if it's not exactly spot on. Obviously, ideally, you want, it's not quite so easy to do on camera because, where are we? There we go. Because it's hard to line them up when I'm not directly above them. There we go. There we go.
I need a tissue.
And you need a tissue. Oh, you've stamped it, okay. Go and grab a bit of kitchen towel or a wet wipe or something. And once you've got your stamped images top and bottom, then don't forget you need to put a sentiment in the middle as well, if you're going to add one. So with this stamp set, there's a couple of little stamped images, so they're quite handy really for over this. So let's see what we've got. I've got sending cheer. So I think I'll have that one. What does this other one say? No, that's wine knot. That doesn't go really with this. So I'm going to have sending cheer, I think, again. So is there a free block in the basket? There we go. We'll have a light sentiment instead this time. There we go. There's the pad if you want it. So I've got my sending chair. So what stamp sets are other people using? Have we got florals? Have we got leaves? Have we got something entirely different? What's everybody else using? Got some thumbs up. So once you've stamped your flowers on, or leaves, or whatever you're going to stamp on them, then my top tip for putting ribbon underneath in this kind of fashion underneath the card is to loop the ribbon and then stick it to the back of the label. Oh, hi Sally, good, I'm glad you're joining us. How are you feeling after your surgery? Are you recovering well? Hope you're being well looked after by whoever's keeping an eye on you. So yeah, so my top tip is to stick the ribbon to the back of this card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of tape on it, a bit of tear and tape, and then stick the ribbon to the tear and tape. So I'm going to stick a bit across the middle here. And then what that does is it just keeps it still whilst you line up the label where you want it to be. So I'm having the loop facing outwards and just lining it up over the top. There, so I'm not sticking it too firmly. Hi Steve, hi. So I'm not sticking it too firmly, but just so that it doesn't, if I turn the label over, it's not going to fall off then. And then I can go ahead and stick all my 3D pads on as I want to and know that it's going to stay put. So I'm going to stick a load of dimensionals over it. Don't worry about the length of the ribbon either. You can trim that off afterwards. So let's just get some dimensionals in place so that it holds everything put where you want it to go. And so don't be stingy on the dimensionals either. This is not the time for stinginess because you don't want your label, your plate on the front of your card to kind of sag in the middle. You want it to be quite robust. So I'm just going to bring the bin over so I can peel off all the backings. So as I said, this is going to be the sweet share for next month, where you will actually get a whole half a pack of papers. So you won't have to worry about me forgetting to send them in your kit. And you will also get matching cardstock. And if you think, actually, I love those blue ink pads and I really need to update my stash, you also get to choose one of those ink pads as well. You'll also get some ribbon and you'll also get some bling to go with it as well. So once you've stuck your plate onto the front of your card, then you can take the scissors and give your ribbon ends a haircut. Just give them a little trim, tidy them up so that and don't forget to cut at an angle so that they look a bit neater. And there you go. That is our second card. There we go. So I'll leave those two on there so you can see. Oops, move the bin out of the way. See how to do those. Meantime, I will grab a bit of paper so we can show you how to make up that that card that I've forgotten to put the paper in your pack. And then we'll have another raffle prize while people are finishing off. Okay, just going to cut a couple of pieces of this paper so we can show you how to do it. And then I promise you will get some more.
I don't think you've practiced the card base. Oh no, never mind.
No, I have.
No, you have. Yeah.
I actually have. Remember the card base? It was the patterned paper. I forgot.
I realised that
we can show you how to do it.
Cards
and if you're impatient and don't want to wait, then I'm sure most people have got something that they can use in their stash. So that'll be fine.
4 cards and not 5.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So how are people getting on? How are you getting on with this one? Everybody okay? Let's have another raffle prize then, shall we? So we've got left, we have the Fresh Freesia ink pad and the mini blending brush. So I've got, it is number 208. Well, who could have written it? That is the next door number. 208. Anybody got 208 that's on the call live? If you're watching on the replay, I say this every month, but very rarely do people actually claim their prizes when they watch on the replay. So if you're watching on the replay, you have one whole month to claim your prize. So if you have not claimed it by this time, so by next time's card club, then it will go back in the raffle bin. But if you you have got up till next time's monthly card club to claim it. And next time's monthly card club, I think I'm right in saying, is the 29th of June. So you've got ages to claim it. Oh, Jodie, fantastic. Yes, you can have the ink pad. Wonderful. That's good. Right, okay. Jodie, the ink pad is yours. There we go. That's 2 for Stanford in the Vale. We needed a winner from somewhere else for the last one then in a moment. Okay, that's cool. Right. How's everybody done this one with their label plate on the front and the ribbon? If you're ready to move on, give me some thumbs up. Meantime, I'm just going to stick a bit of bling on mine because I think it needs it. I am going to use the glossy dots because I love them. I think they're just gorgeous. Go us. Yeah, indeed. Oh, good. We've got some thumbs up. That's cool. Right, I'm going to stick the glossy dots on. There we go. And actually, I'm going to add some on this one as well while I'm here. And finish that one off too. There we go. Do you want some glossy dots, Evelyn? Some bling? No? You're alright for bling? Good, okay. You're going to do yours without bling. Okay, there we go. Right, that's card number 2 then. Let's put that one to one side. Okay, so let's show you this one next, which is the one without the paper. So I'll show you how to make it. And if you've got some equivalent paper that you want to use and can make along with us, then great. If not, and you're happy to just watch and then make afterwards, then that's cool too. So you are going to need, you should have one normal size, normal shape card base left in Night of Navy, and then you'll have one that's already been die cut as well. But you will also need for this one another one of your labels. It's the slightly larger, no, she says, no it's not, it's the smaller of the 2 that's left, I think.
The larger one goes...
No, it goes on the next thing, doesn't it?
There's only those 2 left.
So what have you got left? So it's the smaller. Let's have a look. Let me see what size you've got.
It's this one.
It's that one. It is the larger one. So yeah, it's the larger of the ones that you've got left.
You cut yourself 2 of those ones.
Oh, I cut myself too many. They're the same. That's right. So you would have a piece of patterned paper underneath, and I can give you the size for that patterned paper. So that patterned paper, to fit with a little border around the side, is my usual first layer size. So it's 14.3 centimetres by 9.9 centimetres. 14.3 centimetres by 9.9 centimetres is the piece of patterned paper. And then you're going to need your label plate, which you're going to stick a sentiment on, and you can add any other design if you want to. What I've done with my card is I have used the stamp set that goes with this suite, and I've die cut it down three layers of labels, or 3 layers of borders. Yeah, just to give you an idea. And actually this one is done, as you can probably just about see, with gold embossing, heat embossing powder. So if you've never done heat embossing before, do let me know, because maybe I'll do a workshop with heat embossing at my house, and then we can all have a go together. So there's lots of cool techniques you could do. And then you will also need a few flowers, leaves, whatever you've got that you want to either cut out of patterned paper, or these ones were stamped from the fancy floral suite that we used in April. So I thought we'd repeat that suite and use it again on these cards as well, because the images actually blend really well together. The flowers and the little flowers and the leaves and things, they go really, really well. So let me just find mine. I stamped some flowers earlier on, and you will also have in your kit one of the little wooden wooden embellishments as well. What wooden embellishment you have? Everybody definitely had a wooden embellishment in their kit. That much I do remember. Oh, I can hear it flapping. Find my rest of my flowers. There's the rest of my flowers. So that's what you'll need for this one.
No wooden embellishment.
No wooden embellishment, Evelyn's saying. Let me see if I can find you one. There you are, there's one in there. Okay, can you read out what are they called, those wooden embellishments? Because these are actually, these have been around for a while. Textural elements. So these are the ones that we had at Christmas. You might remember that we coloured the blobs in on the end to make them red berries and then coloured the stems in green. So you can do that with them as well. Okay, so first things first, as always, fold and crease your card base with bone folder and then stick on your patterned paper flat down on the card front. So the patterned papers are all double-sided as always, so you can choose with the sweet share. The projects will be quite versatile so that you can make whatever you like with them. So you can swap the shapes, the patterns over if you want to. Okay. So now the next thing to do is to put your greeting on. So usually you go for your sentiment last, but when your sentiment's in the centre of a card like this, it's best to stick your sentiment on next. So you want to stamp your sentiment first and pattern it if you've got any pattern that you're going to put round it. And then add on some 3D pads, but just in the middle, because you've got leaves and flowers and things that you're going to overlap over the label and also poke behind the label. So you want to create enough kind of space around the edge that you can actually poke things underneath. So let me have a look at what we've got, and I will choose a sentiment for mine. So as this is quite a big label, I think I'm going to go with Overflowing with Happiness from the Bottled Happiness suite, because that's quite a large sentiment in the middle there. First off, and then I might do some leaves or something from my kit stamp. So I'm going to use boho blue. If I can find an ink pad, a block, clear block. Have I got any clear blocks? Oh, Evelyn's hogging all the clear blocks, so it's not really any wonder I can't find one. There we go. So remember, when you get a new ink pad as well, they are designed to be really quite juicy when you first get them. So they often stamp a little bit darker than you're expecting to begin with. But also it means that you really only need to tap, tap, tap very lightly on the surface of the ink pad, because they're absolutely bursting with ink. And the ink is obviously stored, or the ink pad is stored upside down. So you don't need to put too much energy into getting the ink on the ink pad when it's a new one, because you know the ink is right there on the surface waiting to explode out of your ink pad. So what I'm going to do first, before I do any more stamping, is I'm going to line up where I want my flowers and my textural element to go. And then I'm going to decide what extra stamping I might want on top of that. So actually probably not a lot, in fact. Let's have a look. What have I got? What I might do is just add some leaves, some stamped leaves, I think, from this the kit stamp set. And let's go with the darker misty moonlight colour, I think. So I'm just lining up where I want my leaves to go, and then I'll stamp them. Yeah, so I'm going to stamp. So I'm going to have one probably there, and so going up that way and down that way, I think. I'll have them up that way and down this way. There we go. And I think that once I position my flowers over the top, that is going to be enough, I think. So I'm going to take all my bits and pieces off and just go back to just that plain label. And like I said, I'm only going to put a couple of dimensionals right in the centre of that label, so that I've got plenty of room around underneath to be able to kind of poke my textural elements and things underneath. So lining that up by eye, just sticking that in the middle. And then I can kind of go to town with poking things underneath. So if you see now, I'm going to put my textural element underneath. Now, if I'd stuck a 3D dimensional right on the end, then, you know, you wouldn't be able to get that underneath. What's Amber saying? So only stick your fingers in it gently. Yes, only stick your fingers in it gently if you're one of those people who, where's the glue dot gone? Yeah, sticks their fingers in everything, Amber, yeah. Evelyn, have you got the wet glue over there, please? Thank you. So, and I find personally, when I'm adding things underneath a label or underneath a, you know, to layer it underneath a flower or whatever, then I personally find wet glue works best for me, because it's easy, it holds it fast, but it also means that you can just really gently kind of slide it around until you've got it where you want it to go. So I'm just going to lift up the edge, of my label, so that I can place my textural element underneath and then stick it down so that it holds fast. And then I'm just going to lay the flowers over and see where I want them to be, remembering that I've got the leaves here, so I need to cover up the edge of the leaf. And I want them to be layered, so I'll probably stick another 3D pad behind the back of that that flower head there, I think, so that is where I want it to be. So you don't really need to stick any glue behind the bit that's going over the label. You can literally just use the 3D pad to hold it in place. And then I'm going to work out where this one's going to go next before. So again, I'm going to stick a 3D pad under the top corner of that one before I add those small flowers, so that just to make sure that I've got that balance right, really, more than anything. So, and now I can add the kind of detail of these little flowers and decide where I want them, so that, because if I'd stuck everything first and put these little flowers where I first originally intended for them to go, down the bottom here, I don't think that's very balanced to me. That doesn't look balanced, so I think I'm going to put them probably up here, and maybe just underneath and overlapping the label, something like that. So I can stick a little 3D pad behind, a little dimensional behind that flower there. Which way around is it going to go? I have to remember again now. Make sure I've got it right way around. So I'm going to go underneath, probably there somewhere. Yep, so under that one. And that one. And if I'd stuck them down to begin with, then I wouldn't have realised that there wasn't enough kind of symmetry and balance in the card. So I'm going to stick those there. And then I do need to go back to my 3D, glue for this little bunch of flowers down the bottom here, this little grouping, because I want it to stick, I want it to overlap over the top of the label. So that was my first attempt, and this is my second one. And again, I think it probably needs a little bit of bling, so I'm going to add some. But the other great thing I love about these sheets of glossy dots is that because they're on acetate, you can actually kind of hover it over the top and see where you want them to go. But the other thing it allows you to do is to choose which colour goes best with your project as well. So we're going to have a vote now. So I'm going to hold up my card. Do we think that the, let's work out what the colours, Evelyn. In the in colours, let's have a look and see what they are. I'm just going to flick through the catalogue till I find the in colour sheet so I can see what they're called. So we've got Pebbled Path is this kind of dark tone, so we could have Pebbled Path bling, or the yellowy colour is Wild Wheat, or we've got Moody Mauve, or the browny kind of coppery colour is Copper Clay, or Boho Blue. So vote now through the comments. What would you like to see? Do you want Pebbled Path, which is that top dark grey colour, or what did I say that one was called? Wild Wheat, or Moody Mauve is the kind of pinky colour. Copper Clay is this kind of rusty brown colour, or Boho Blue. What colour glossy dots are going to go with my project? Vote now in the comments for your choice, and we'll go with the majority. Evelyn, could you clean these stamps off for me, please?
Mm-hmm.
Yellow, mauve or blue, not the other two. So that one, which is, what was that again? That's so Wild Wheat or Boho Blue or Moody Mauve, but not the brown ones. Okay, Boho Blue, says Mum. Okay, so we've got 2 for Boho Blue at the moment. Any advance on that? Any advance on Boho Blue?
Where did you get this statement from?
That one.
Okay.
Any advance on Boho Blue?
I'd say this.
I think it's 3 actually, because I've got a thumbs up on Boho Blue as well. So
the sleep should be the like steel
which one? The Pebbled Path.
That one.
Evelyn is going for Pebbled Path, but that might be because she can see the colours a bit more true. I don't know. No, I think you're outnumbered, Evelyn. I think it's Boho Blue, which will be the last of my Boho Blues. So I'm going to need to buy another sheet after this. There's a shame. There we go. Boho Blue it is, folks. There we go. I'm really happy with that. That's really nice. Fab. Okay. So that's our third card. So let's have our final raffle prize, and then I'm going to show you how to make the card base for our final card, so that you can see how versatile these dies are. Oh, let's give this a shake. So our third prize is the mini blending brush. So who's going to get the mini blending brush? Will it be somebody who's here? That's the question. The mini blending brush goes to 207. Wow, I can't believe that. What was that? 207, 208 and 209.
Rigged.
Who would have known it? You would think it was rigged, but actually it genuinely isn't. So 207, if you're 207, tell me that you have that ticket and you will be having the blending brush. It's on its way to you. Anybody want to claim 207? Oh, it's D. I love it when everybody's in the room. I love it. Brilliant. D, the mini blending brush is on its way to you. There we go. It's got your name on it, look. Yay, fab. Wonderful. Well, congratulations, Amber, Jodie and Dee. Really pleased that people have won who are able to claim their prize straight away. That makes me happy. Fab. Okay, let's put this one to one side then. That's our third one. So let's go back. Let me find all my bits here. Where's my sample? There it is. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to make last of all. And this card is made, the actual card base is made using those die cut frames. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so I took a standard card base, folded it and creased it. And then I took the largest of the dies from that die set. So I'll find the dies again a minute. So this is the Countryside Corners dies from the Countryside Inn suite. So I took the largest of those frames and that's what I used to cut it out. I'm just going to put those other ones away so I don't lose them a minute. And what I did is I overlapped the edge of the die so that the cutting surface, which is that raised part of the die, was over the side of the crease. So over the creased edge. So what I actually did, because there's a little bit of a gap between the edge of the cutting surface and the edge of the die. So I lined it up so that the die came down right along that cutting edge. Now, if you think that your die is going to move, then obviously you can tape it with a bit of washi tape or some low tack tape if you want to. But if you've got fairly flat cutting plates, then it should cut out without too much problem. So I'm just going to turn around behind me. I've got the big die cutting machine out at the moment. So I'm not going to bring it onto the table. I'm literally just going to line it up like that. In fact, if I bring the plate that I'm going to use down, I will tape it to the plate so that you will see where it goes. So there's the cutting plate. Where's my tape gone? There it is. We'll use a bit of the washi tape. I'm just going to make the washi tape a bit less tacky because I don't want it to take the surface of my card off when I pull it off. And I'm just going to line the die up so that it's within the sides, the edges of the card. This is the fold edge. And then I'm going to just tape it really lightly there and then run it through the die cutting machine. So I'll just do that really quickly. And bring that back. So I've run it through the die cutting machine and as you can see it's been cut out. And then what I also need to do is just very carefully pull that off. So I do not pull off any of the cardstock. There we go. And what you're left with then is your shaped card. So you can do this with any die that you have that cuts out a shape, a large shape like this. So you can make your shaped cards out of circles, out of squares, out of rectangles, whatever you've got in your dies. If you want to have a different and unusual shaped die, then you can do that just by literally making sure that the edge of the die is over the edge of the crease, and it will give you a shaped card. So there you go, top tip of the night. But also just really wanted to show you that, just show you how incredibly versatile those dies are, because you can do so many more things with them. Okay, so now you are going to need a piece of patterned paper that fits inside your card front, and you're going to need your final label, and you should also have a little tiny label that is in boho blue as well, in the very bottom probably of your envelope, I would imagine. Okay. and you're going to need a sentiment to stamp on the label as well. So let's get the stamping done first. So let me find my stamps again. Let's find a stamp to go in the middle there. I'm going to have a happy birthday, I think, in the middle of this one. Where are they? Oh, brilliant. No, they're block, sorry, clear block. She's handing me everything apart from the clear block here. There we go. Thank you. So I'm going to stick a happy birthday in the middle of my label here. And again, you could stick extra. You could stamp extra patterns around the edge if you wanted to. If I was doing this on my own at home, then I would have stamped the label in probably one of the, stamp that big stamp set first, and then perhaps stamped the happy birthday in the middle afterwards on a separate piece. So then I can layer it up. So the first bit is your patterned paper, which you're going to stick directly to the card front. So no 3D pads or anything on this one, it's all flat down. So patterned paper, make sure you're happy with which way it's up before you stick it to your card front, but just flat down onto the card front there. And then another kind of top tip for sticking bits behind. So this is like a little flag label really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to use the two ends to make my little flags poking out behind my sentiment. So I'm going to turn my sentiment over in a moment, and I'm going to have my flags poking out behind it. Yeah. So I'm just going to turn it over and put, oh, there it is, right in front of my face. Bit of seal down the side. And then I'm just going to stick my flags so that they come out at an angle. And so I've both got the shaped patterned edge coming out first. So sticking it to the back of the label so that then when I turn it over, it's not so kind of challenging to hold it in place and keep it in place and everything. And then you could stick it on 3D pads if you wanted to, or you can stick it flat down onto the card. So I'm going to stick it flat. I am going to add some pretty strong adhesive behind. So I'm using my wet glue behind, because I don't want those little flags to move around. I don't want those little the little blue flags to move about. I want them to stay put. So just centre it up there. Also helps because when you're sticking it flat onto the card, you can just kind of wiggle it around and get it central as well. There we go. And again, I need some bling. So I'm going to have to choose a different colour now because we've run out of blues now. What colour did you say? Pebbled Path. Yeah. Pebbled Path it is.
All the peas.
All the peas with a Pebbled Path. So let's see what this one looks like. Can I get it off? How's that?
Gorgeous.
I'll hold it up to the camera in a minute so you can see.
Beautiful.
So there's my Pebbled Path card. Just hold it and let the camera pick it up a minute.
I think that Pebble Path actually goes really well with the
I do actually. One of the things I really like about these glossy dots, and I found it the same with the last set of glossy dots as well, is they do tend to sort of slightly change colour when you put them on the patterned papers and coloured backgrounds to kind of blend in a bit more with whatever's around it. So yeah, I agree actually. I quite like it.
Yeah, because when on there they blend in.
Oh, let's show people yours. So this is Evelyn's last card. She's got the boho blue dots. And let's have a look at your other one. I had a complaint last time as well that your cards were not on the... I didn't take a photo of your cards, so I must take a photo of your cards tonight.
Okay.
Which brings me neatly on to, if you have been crafting along with me tonight, then please, please, please share what you've made. Share your cards, because others really love to see them, because we all get ideas from what each other do, because we're all using different stamp sets and we're all using... you know, different bling and bits of ribbon and stuff like that, different layouts. People move the layouts around and things, which is all absolutely fine and fantastic. But it's really great to share so everybody can see what everyone else has made. So, where's your other cards? Where did you put that? Oh, sorry. There we go. And then she's got this one without any bling. And then that one with the little rabbits and the fox. So that's Evelyn's cards. These are my two shaped cards. So I will take a photo of Evelyn's cards and I'll put them on the Facebook page as well. Before I turn the camera around again, I also wanted to show you a couple of other extra ones that I've done using the frames to show you how versatile the frames are. Remember at the very beginning I was talking about how you could cut out an actual kind of aperture frame, if you like, by putting several die cuts onto a piece of card or around the stamped frames and then creating an aperture. So this is one of the ones that I've done, where I stamped and heat embossed the gold of the frame, and then I've cut out the outside frame using the largest die, and I've cut the centre piece out using one of the kind of middle-sized dies. And what it's done is it's created this layered aperture effect. So I could also use it to kind of create a shaker card or something like that if I wanted to. But it's just, you can see I've got it raised up on 3D foam pads to be able to just create that extra dimension really. And then some more of this is another one of the patterns from the pattern papers behind as well. And that stamp set, that sentiment, happy birthday, that is from one of our kits as well. It's from the Light the Candles birthday card kit. So don't stick those stamp sets to the back of your drawer. They're fantastic to use you know, when you just need you just need to change up your sentiments a bit and fancy something else. So that's one. And then this is the last one I've got to show you for tonight. Again, using that frame as kind of like an aperture frame. And so I've used the Bottled Happiness suite, used the label, the central label, to get my sentiment on, stamped the bottle behind the aperture, and then put the flowers on 3D pads so that it all kind of jumps out of the frame a bit really. And the fact that the flowers are just slightly touching over the top of the edge of the bottle, of the frame, just kind of pulls it all together somehow, I think. And again, I've just put just cut the ribbon into a little chevron behind. But you could use that those little blue flags behind the label if you wanted to. So yes, I'll take a photo of these as well, and I'll add these to the Facebook page as well, so you can see some variations and some different cards there as well. Okie dokie. Right, let's turn the camera back around a minute. You can say goodbye to Evelyn as she goes by. There you are. Oh, you can just about see her behind my camera stand. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Oh, let's just move the chair back a bit. Okay, so apologies again for the lost bit of patterned paper. I will, as I say, I must have a pile of it somewhere because I can remember cutting it. So I must have a pile of patterned paper cut out ready to go. Either that or somebody perhaps who isn't crafting with us tonight has got a whole stack of it in their kit. Anything's possible, to be honest. I apologise. Anyway, I will make sure that I send some out to everybody that was here tonight. So thank you for joining me. Make sure you post photos of your makes tonight, And on Sunday night, I will do a prize draw, as I always do, for orders. So everybody who's ordered during the month of May, whether you ordered during my bog off sale and catalogue launch, or whether you've ordered since or before, whether you ordered online or whether you've ordered direct from me, your name will go in the hat for the prize draw. And if you post photos of what you make tonight in the comments underneath my post that I'll put on in a moment, then you'll also be entered into a prize draw as well, and also just gives everybody lots of different ideas and inspiration of different stamp sets to use in different layouts and combinations and stuff, so that would be amazing. Okay, final reminder. So Bright and Beautiful, the Balloon Sweet Share, finishes on Wednesday. Sweet Share for June is going to be this one, Countryside Inn. Patterned papers are gorgeous, and there is a photograph of the patterned papers on the link that's coming out to everybody. So if you can see those up there? Yeah, there you go. There's the patterned papers. They are absolutely stunning. So this is the Sweet Share. There's 4 different ink colours to choose from. 2 of them are brand new. So you've got Balmy Blue, which we've had for a little while now, Misty Moonlight, Boho Blue, or Night of Navy. Or frankly, if you want something entirely different, I don't mind. You choose your own ink pad to go with that, it's fine. And you'll get a share of pattern papers, cardstock, bling, ribbon. Lovely. June's card classes. So Coffee Club has just been done and is ready to go out to people who collect, or it's gone in the post already for those of you who get it by post, and that's going to be Fresh as a Daisy. And then we're also going to be using Fresh as a Daisy at the end of the month in June as well. But little twist, we're also going to be using, I'll show you Fresh as a Daisy if I can find it. There we go. That's the Fresh as a Daisy suite. But we're also going to be using some dies recommended by Audrey, recommended by Sally and Marion. So I saw they were talking about it at the launch party, or both of them ordered these dies, and I thought, well, if they're having them, I need them too. So I got them and they arrived yesterday, and I've been playing with them all day today, and fabulous, absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to be combining the Fresh as a Daisy and those dies as well, and I think you're going to really love it, what I've come up with. So, and again, you'll get a bumper stack of papers and what have you. So then the Sweet Share for July will be Fresh as a Daisy, because we'll have used them during June, and then you'll get to order the Sweet Share should you want it in June. The only other thing that I was going to ask is, when you get your catalogue out again, if you turn to the back cover, you will see on the back cover a rather lovely picture that uses the 3D, can't remember what they're called now, they're paper bouquet or something like that it's called, and they're really pretty 3-dimensional flowers that you make them up all individually, and then you can make a kind of bouquet with the 3D flowers. So I was thinking that maybe that might be quite a nice Saturday morning workshop to do some 3D paper flowers. So let me know if that's something you might be interested in. Oh, Evelyn's already given me the thumbs up from the other side of the table. We can do things, we can do cards, but we can also do framed pictures. We could do box tops, 3D bag extras. Oh, Evelyn's pointing to the wreath. You can do a wreath with them as well, flower wreath, all kinds of different ideas. So if you're interested in maybe doing the 3D paper flowers, let me know, and then I'll look at a Saturday morning when we can perhaps all get together here and do those as workshop. I can also do it by post as well. If people want to do it by post, that's fine. I'll take some photos and send out all some die cut flowers, and you can make them up and things. So yeah, just let me know what you think. Okay. All right then, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me again, and look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye.